You got your eyes on me for a reason. There's messages here for you. I channeled some and I decided I'm not going to do a pick a card. I'm just going to go through the messages and read a little bit about each of the ones that I got. Some of them came in meditation, some of them came after. And it was a really interesting process of release and healing for me today and the last week or so. But I'm going to stay focused on you here, which has been and it remains my intention. So this is going to be for your highest good and for you to be able to live your best life. And I think what Spirit has brought us is are things that you might not know, or you might not be fully conscious of, or maybe your intuition has told you something but you weren't sure if you were hearing your intuition or something else. And then some things that are just maybe a mystery to you, whether they be blocked by somebody else's intention or whatever it is. Okay, so the first thing I got was a trip. So they said that if you have been invited to go on a trip and you're not sure if you want to go, and you're not sure, maybe you're not sure why you don't want to go, all of this can be metaphorical, by the way, then they said to go. And they said, but go in expecting nothing in particular. Don't expect it to be necessarily a good trip or necessarily a bad trip either. For some of you, this isn't a it's a different kind of trip. Okay, interesting. But go into it expecting nothing. They're saying if you know, they're saying everybody should meditate beforehand and have the intention of releasing those expectations, because there is something you really need to learn from this. So the kind of image I got was, and again, this is a metaphor, maybe a girl who was invited by a guy, perhaps her boyfriend or husband or something, and she was just having some trepidation about it. And the reason is because she already knows that there's a little bit of a problem in this connection, and but the trip is important because the trip is going to show exactly what needs to be shown about that relationship. So it could be something else though. You're going somewhere, you're going out of your head maybe in meditation or on a that kind of trip, and you are really they sorry, Spirit needs to show you something about this very very urgently, because there's a decision that needs to be made about it. And the thing that's not conscious is a part of you that needs to be in the light to make a decision. Yeah. Maybe you're going on a trip by yourself. Maybe it's something about yourself that you're learning, or maybe it's something about a place that you want to move to. I'm getting some of you want to move to a different city, and you should take a trip there first. Maybe it's a different country. You should take a trip there first. Now, me, I moved to two different countries, and I never had been on a trip to them before, and I think it was a good choice. But that's not a good choice for everyone, because I'm a little bit out there. So they're saying don't insult yourself. Okay, sorry, sorry, Spirit. I am unique. So, but most people would need to go on this trip to kind of maintain that stability. And ultimately, this lesson, or I don't even want to call it a lesson, it's like a visual. It's like you're literally seeing something. What's going to happen is something will be right before your eyes, just as I am on this screen, and it's going to tell you everything that you need to know about what the future of this is. For some of you, it's not going to be what you want to know, and for others of you, it is. But anybody who this resonates with needs to go, needs to go. They're saying, be safe, be careful, set the intention. And if I remember, I'll show you a really great way to set an intention. It's super easy, that actually really works at the end of this video. If I don't remember, then I will make a short or something like that. Okay, so keep a lookout for that. But make a very strong intention that you will be safe, and that you will see what you need to see. They're saying you don't really need to do that to see what you need to see, but it could help if you have some blockages to this thing that you need to see. Maybe you don't want to see it, but trust me, they're saying that once you see it, whether you, no matter how you feel about it, you're going to be glad that you saw it, because you're going to know, oh, if I didn't see this, my future would have been not the way I wanted it to, because I wouldn't have the information, and I would have made certain decisions about my future that were based on incomplete information, they're saying. Okay. The window for something is closing. So some of this is slipping away. I did write it down, but maybe I should have been more detailed. They're saying don't worry about it. The window for an opportunity is closing. So I remember them saying, yes, they will get another opportunity similar to this in the future. This is a relationship for most of you, but this specific opportunity is one that they really, really wouldn't want to miss. Of course, you wouldn't know what you're missing if you miss it, but for those of you who do finally see and get this opportunity, if you do go out of the window before it closes, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I took this opportunity, because uh, I well, I can't imagine missing this opportunity. Again, they're saying there's going to be another one, but it could be a while from now, depending on your trust and your intentions and your ability to release. Okay, interesting. So that's super important. That's something I've been learning, and it's taken me almost 34 years. They're saying, again, don't worry, it's that was your path, but to be honest, it could have been, I could have seen that faster. I could have understood this more easily had I been a little more open to it. So they're saying there's a reason for that message, and that's because we need to be open as soon as we can. We need to try to open ourselves, and without forcing. This is another message that was very personal to me, but is useful for everyone. Is release force, release strain, and let it ground that, and let it transmute into a gentle strength and support. So, and that's just energetic. You don't have to feel or see energy for that. Again, it's just about setting the intention in the right way. And yeah. So, and if you did skip over certain portions of this, then I'm going to show you how to set an intention later, okay, or in another video. Wow, the talent. What was that about? They're saying I need to get a card about the window. Okay, so let's get a card about the window. I don't know why I've been really loving these little witch cards. I would like the big ones, wink wink, but they are quite expensive. Or at least they were last year when I looked. And in Europe, Amazon things are a bit more expensive than they are in the US, unfortunately. Although cost of living, much cheaper. Anyway, so, okay, interesting. So it might be a job opportunity for some of you, because something about the cost of living was like, oh. So the cost of living will not be so costly, I'm hearing, for some of you if you take this opportunity. You're going to save a lot of money in the long run, or save something, energy like that, okay? Okay, so Ace of Pentacles. I don't know why I needed to pull a card about that, Spirit. Why did I need a card for that? Because that's literally, it's an opportunity. It's a physical opportunity, like a job opportunity. Oh, maybe they're confirming for a lot of you it is a job opportunity, or an opportunity to change your physical world in some way. For some of you, this isn't even quite conscious, because the aces tend to be, they're like seeds. Maybe you've watered the seed, maybe not, but it definitely hasn't begun sprouting yet. So, they can easily be forgotten, So this is a seed, so you might need to, take some time to reflect, write down, I mean, literally set an intention and intend to know what it is that you need to do or what the opportunity is. It's going to be sort of conscious already, though, so it won't be too hard. So intend to know what the opportunity is and then start writing or start speaking. I was just talking to a friend about that when you are speaking, there's a different quality to it for tapping into your intuition than there is for writing, and there's benefits to both. So maybe I'm saying that probably because maybe you need to spend some time speaking aloud about it, maybe even make a voice memo, and then sometime writing about it. And don't spend too long. They're saying you're not going to need a long time. And if you are intending to spend a long time, it's going to put too much pressure, and the energy is going to get, it's almost, I almost see like a dust devil, and it's kind of spreading it out too much. So just set aside a little bit of time, 3 minutes for the speaking, 3 minutes for the writing, maybe a little bit more than that because writing takes a little bit more time. But yeah, okay. Judgment, music, fear. What about the fear of music? Okay, so some of you have, so TW here, some of you have a certain trigger that revolves around a sound that you, okay, that's also me. I think I talked about that the other day. So right now, and this is just a side message, right now is a really good time to gently work on those triggers that revolve around sounds. And but for specifically, this isn't me at all. Specifically, someone out there has a song that they hear and it is so triggering to them. I think because you lost someone and it was your song together, or maybe that was their favorite song. Either way, they're saying that this needs to be transmuted because there is an experience that they want you to have. They're saying it's not technically necessary, but it would be, you would really appreciate this if you intended for it to be transmuted. So do the same thing I was just talking about. They're saying about the opportunities, do the same thing and intend to know what it is you need to do to transmute this. They're saying also simply setting the intention and grounding it and asking the earth to transmute it should work. But things, when energy actually manifests, it's always going to look a little different, or maybe even a lot different than how we imagine it to. Okay, some of them are, they're being a little contradictory, so I'm just going to go with what some of them are saying, that I need one of these cards. Okay, but they're saying caught between two choices might be related to this. Nature spirits. Okay, this has been coming out a lot. Nature spirits are dragons for most of us, but they could be many different things. They could be fae. They could be, one of the associated elementals like this. I think there's satyrs, undines, salamanders, and then one other one I always forget. Sorry. Oh, she's looking at me like she's crying. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm getting like a forest that was cut down. There's spirits that are not happy with that. This is another side message. There's spirits, if you've had like a place around where you live or where you work or somewhere you frequent where there's been nature destroyed recently, use protections, because these spirits are not, they're not evil or anything, but they see humans right now with an eye of like dislike, because their home was basically destroyed and the animals that they are the caretaker of spiritually were killed or displaced. So they just want you to stay protected and be compassionate. If you feel, so you'll feel them through like sudden feelings of anxiety or bitterness or something like that, like sudden feelings that come up, and they're going to seem like feelings that are yours because they'll be related to something you had already been feeling recently or that you feel as a pattern. But it, it you'll be around this place and it will come up suddenly, and that's still going, whether you feel that regularly or not, whether it seems normal or not, they're saying that that's a sign that you're having a spiritual attack from one of these creatures, and they're also saying this could be metaphorical, so you have to kind of think about that with a higher perspective. Yeah, but they just want you to recognize that, because all it takes is recognition really to be protected. But if you do, just protections in general, that would be good. On the bottom, guides. Yeah, your guides will help you with this, but you do have to ask. You do have to ask. Okay, so next, the talent. I decided to cut this video into several parts, so keep a lookout for it if it's not already up, or it should be in the description down below. If it is out, don't forget to like and subscribe. So if you subscribe, then you can get a notification. Click the bell icon and click all, so you do get a notification every time I post. Also, comment down below and tell me what you think. And well, anything. Put an emoji. Put a thought about your ex. Complain if you want. Not about me, but well, if you want to. Anyway, see you soon.